Hey, welcome to Sorted. We're a group of mates from London looking for exceptional things in food that'll actually make a difference to your life. Or just make you laugh. 2 of us are chefs, don't worry, the rest of us are normal. And everything we do starts with a suggestion from you.
Pancake chick, but I take the cake. I'm gooey in the middle, baby, let me bake.
Hello, I'm Barry and this is Jamie.
Today is the second video in our sake exploration series with Jade Fudo, and we're going head to head in an ultimate battle where we are incredibly out of our depth.
In our last episode, the 3 normals were challenged to research London's best Japanese food and sake in order to create a battle-winning dish. They sought wisdom from the great chefs and sommeliers of London to acquire the knowledge in the sacred art of food and sake pairing. Today, armed with that acquired knowledge, they will go head to head in what will later be known as the 11th greatest Japanese and sake food pairing battle in East London on a Sunday.
The day has come, it is our ultimate Japanese battle.
They have their inspiration, they have their sake, and their time starts in
3, 2, 1, cook!
Okay, my dish I've selected, and that's going to win this battle, Mochi Ice Cream. We had some Mochi Ice Cream in one of the locations when we were researching. It was delicious. I thought it went really well with sparkling sake, so I've selected a sparkling sake to accompany that, and I'm going for the same notes and flavours that you can find in that sake. Peach, sakura, which is cherry blossom, and I'm adding a third, black sesame.
For my dish, I'm taking inspiration from all of the tempura we had across the 3 different restaurants, except I want to add a little bit of a taste of home as well. So we're going for Japanese style fish, battered in tempura, and chips with some furikake seasoning, plus wasabi mushy peas. Stop laughing at my pronunciation.
You nailed it. So this thing happened. I think I may have fallen in love. Whilst at Umu watching Chef Ishii-san create the most incredible sashimi platter, I fell in love with his knife skills and the way he looked after his entire kitchen. So I'm going to try and replicate that with my own sashimi platter, and I'm well out of my depth.
Are you serious?
I'm taking on a 2 Michelin star chef, yes, I know. I know.
You idiot!
Why would you do that?
I am guaranteed second place.
My first step is a simple one. Make a melon square.
So the first thing I've got to do is create the flavourings for the inside of my ice cream mochi balls. So I'm straining off some peaches, blending them up into a paste. I'm then going to blitz up black sesame and charcoal powder. Then wash the salt off some cherry blossom tea and then steep it in boiling water for 2 minutes. This makes a really salty tea. I'm going to serve it up and give these 2 a cup of it. Boys, cherry blossom tea. You can thank me later. This is what I flavoured my ice cream, one of my ice creams with. So you're welcome. Chin chin.
That's the salt water.
You do something nice for people.
First up, I need to make my wasabi mushy peas. I've peeled and sliced a clove of garlic. I'm going to add that into a pan along with some sesame oil. Let that fry for a minute before adding in my peas. Let that simmer away for a few minutes with some fish stock. Blend it all up and then add in some lemon zest and wasabi to taste, both fresh and paste. Add in some edamame beans. Job done.
Would you all mind listening up? We're going to introduce a curveball.
That was very polite.
Yes.
What's wrong with you?
This is the etiquette curveball.
Oh, I can already see where this is going.
As we learned from our sake journey so far, it is impolite to pour your own sake. So from now until we stop the curveball, it will be impolite and in fact banned for you to control your own electricity. You must ask a friend to control hobs, ovens, microwaves, fridges, freezers and any appliances.
Vacuum packers.
But we're the only 2 cooking.
That's why we got it in nice and early.
Is it deemed impolite to do a bad job of taking care of the electricity for one of the other players?
Stop it! No! No!
My kettle is already boiled.
You are lucky.
Hey mate, just wondering, would you mind turning my hob off for me because my peas are done?
Turning it off?
That's perfect, thank you very much.
No problem. Remember that I did that nice thing for you.
I will remember that you did that nice thing for me.
With my watermelon perfectly cubed, may I add, I'm going to be adding some soy sauce and some sesame and then sticking it in a vacuum packer, which I can't use myself. So, do you know how to use a vacuum packer? Oh, thanks, mate. With that vacuum sealed, the flavours in that are going to intensify, it's going to marinate, and I'll come back to that, well, as I plate up.
Does anyone know how you use real wasabi?
You just eat it like that.
Would you do me a favour and just blend up my wasabi mushy peas? That's my wasabi mushy peas with edamame beans done. I'm going to cover it up. I can reheat it just before I need to serve up.
My ice cream consists of whipping up double cream to soft peaks. And I can't use the electric whisk, can I, because of the curveball? So there's a decision to be made here. Who do I trust the most? Baz, can I borrow you?
He's going to borrow you for the next 2 hours.
I just want you to know that I trust you, because I've asked you.
This might take a while, mightn't it? Oh, crap.
Stop!
It's fine.
Good. You
It was not me!
It is you! Now that's at soft peaks, in with condensed milk. And then a bit of vanilla extract. Split that mixture into 3 bowls, and then add sesame into one, peach into the other, and sakura into my third. They then go in the freezer to freeze up.
First things first for my fries, I need to make my furikake seasoning.
What are you doing here?
Well, I need your help. I need you to do what you're best at.
No, I'm not starting my own recipe yet.
I need you to turn that hob on and walk away, because I need to toast my nori sheets.
I can do that.
James, there's a hole in my nori. That one's done. Oh, fire.
Are you going to serve that? Now what sashimi platter wouldn't be complete without some wasabi and some avocado? Avocado, wasabi, lemon, soy, and Japanese mayonnaise. Do you mind just stopping what you're doing for a second? Just pushing that for like 15 seconds. Yeah, stop. Thank you.
Could you just give this a little whiz?
So when we went to Chiso, there were 2 things that changed the game for me. One was the tempura avocado, which is why I've got avocado on my plate, and the other was the truffle mayonnaise on those snow crab maki.
Are you still talking?
Were unbelievable. What? Are you not listening?
I'm not. They're not. No one is. Just get on with it.
Mayonnaise, truffle oil. Simple as that.
With my furikake seasoning done, it's time to move on to my actual fries themselves. I've got some potatoes. I'm going to peel them. I'm going to cut them into French fry shapes, and then I'm going to put them in some oil at 130 degrees for a few minutes. I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to heat the oil up to 180 degrees, and then I'm going to recook the fries so they're lovely, crispy, and fry-y.
Guys, 1 hour remaining, and the curveball has been retracted.
Oh! Mochi. Glutinous rice flour, water, and sugar. Stir that up into a thick, smooth paste. That bowl gets covered in cling film, goes into the microwave for a minute, comes out, uncover, stir, cover, another minute, take out, uncover, stir, cover, another minute, until 3 minutes have passed. Oh, then it all kicks off. This gets dusted with cornstarch. Ow! Ow! Just to make it a little bit more difficult for myself, I'm splitting the mochi in 2 and trying to colour them. And I have no idea whether this is going to work. So I'm adding gel to the mochi after the microwave process. Too hot. And now we wait.
For garnish, I've got my spring onions and my radishes, which have been sliced as finely as possible, and my daikon, which have been diced as finely as possible as well. And over here, for stars of the show, let me talk you through my fish. I have some tuna, salmon, octopus, some sea bass, some scallops, mackerel, some roe, and oysters.
Fried my fries, so now I'm going to season them with my furikake seasoning. Last thing to do for me is make my batter, cut my fish up, and then fry my fish in the batter. But first, let me talk to you about the sake that I've chosen. I'm going for the Tokubetsu Kimoto, heart and soul. It's a really rich sake that is made using ancient methods from centuries and centuries old when Ben was just a small child. It's a really rich sake with a decent amount of acidity, which means it's going to cut through the flavour of my fish and my fries amazingly well.
20 minutes.
In order for me to plate this properly, this is what it all comes down to. I have to cook, ever so slightly, my salmon by covering it in soy and a blowtorch. I'm also going to heat up a skewer and dab it on my scallops to create those little line marks. And then I have to use my beautiful knife skills to chop up the rest of my fish to go onto this plate. I also need to shuck my oysters, get some soy, ginger and some rice wine vinegar in there as well, with some daikon, some roe, and some spring onions and some radish. To finish the dish, I've also blowtorched my watermelons. Now, it may look like there's a lot going on. It's because there is, and that's why it pairs well with this, a complex sake that is very fragrant, got a touch of melon, so that's why it works well with the watermelon, and works perfectly with fish.
I'm so out of my depth with this because I've never made mochi before. The trouble is definitely going to be in trying to get ice cream into these little bags and seal it up before the ice cream melts.
My fish is cooking. I've absolutely no idea if it's done properly or not, but it looks good from the outside, so let's hope it looks good on the inside. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tempura batter some shiso leaves, just like we had in shiso, because they looked great.
I am stressed out.
Last 30 seconds, don't forget the sake. Can I just say, that was one of the quietest battles. You all went into lockdown to make sure you delivered your dish.
It was quiet, but it's so stressful.
It was technical. That's what got me.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I did make something. It's just in the freezer, so we'll eat it at the end, so it doesn't melt everywhere.
Fabulous. Where are we going to? Should we start with the sashimi?
Start with sashimi, yeah.
There's no denying that it is one hell of a plate of food. It looks stunning. Pairing with that daginjo is...
Yeah, does it work?
Like you say, there's a lot going on, but it's very clean, quite crisp. It's very refreshing.
I feel like you found your style within Japanese cuisine.
Where did you find your cook? This is this is beautiful.
Because it's all fried, and that's
Actually, that's a very good point.
There's no steak on that plate, come on.
It's one of those sakes I don't think I would personally normally prefer, or certainly wouldn't have done at the start of this journey, but paired with the food, and this, you're right, the slight greasiness of the food from the frying, it actually was absolutely yummy. The seasoning on those fries are phenomenal. The fish is great. The sweetness of the wasabi peas.
Oi, come
but etiquette curveball today. But I would say that shiso tempura was the best bit.
Right, who's ready for dessert or an aperitif?
Oh no, that was embarrassing.
Here we have Mochi Ice Cream in 3 flavours to accompany this. A delicious sake with a name that I can't pronounce.
John.
Well, John. Eat it.
What's the thing on the side?
That's pickled ginger.
What?
I've never heard of that.
Neither have I.
I made sure I asked you twice before
Yeah,
you
you
put it on the
sure?
plate.
There's no doubt you've got that chew and pull on the mochi. And the 3 distinct colours. It's great. What are you doing?
Do you need some chopsticks?
There's an element of decadence with any sparkling alcohol. And that delivers that, but with kind of floral notes as well. 3 awesome dishes with 3 very clever pairings. We've got some work to do.
Have a chin wag.
Should we go have a chat about it?
Yep.
Now that etiquette police are out the way, can we drink this out of the bottle?
No one's a loser today, okay? Because you all did very well.
Someone's definitely
Thanks, Mum.
Seriously.
That means a lot.
Third place was, we thought, a fantastic pairing. Some phenomenal skill. but very simple Barry sashimi plate.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm actually okay with coming last this time.
Second place was all about taking inspiration from something we tasted, making it your own, and then finding a pairing that perhaps deep down you're not always that keen on. Mike. But Jamie, first place.
As the winner, it therefore becomes my responsibility to let you two into some news that this isn't the only battle that's taking part in this series. We are also going to be doing an ultimate chef versus chef food and sake pairing battle. But we feel like you might need some more inspiration.
Does that involve drinking more sake?
So we're going on a little trip. Oh! If you like that video, give this a like.
Right, let's have a look at the brownie leaderboard.
If you're interested in trying some sake and you're in London, you can go to London Sake Week from the 22nd of February. Loads of restaurants participating. You can get special set menus. Easy.
It's Sunday, so here it goes.
How do you turn white chocolate into dark chocolate?
Didn't know you could. How do you, Jamie?
Turn the light off.
Yes,
it's one of those ones. It's not a lie.
As we mentioned, Sorted is just run by a group of friends, so if you like what we're doing, then there are loads of ways you can support us and get more involved. Everything you need to know is linked below. Thanks, and hope to see you in a few days.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Can't do that in an open kitchen. He just literally dribbled onto his chopping board.